Good morning, friends. And today's Sunday, and looks like the sun is shining. Gonna wait for a little bit so our friends show up, so we can just check in, see how is everybody feeling. Hi, Monica. Good morning. Hi, Moe. Good morning, guys. Are you drinking some coffee outside or some tea? How is the sun? I didn't go outside yet. Hi, Maureen. Morning, guys. So a lot of things are happening. So what happens from the outside that we put in the body. Good morning, good morning. It creates anxiety. Oi, amiga. Good morning. So it creates anxiety everywhere, even though sometimes we scroll down to something, we see the horrible things, and then we keep going into something else because we don't want to feel it. What we create inside with all the news, it's guilt. We will feel guilt because we're not the news show, and sometimes have that judgment of we're not doing enough. And now, how we can help. So there's always ways to help through this whole process. But in my opinion, one of the things that needs to change is starting from here, so we can all become one heart and help through this process. So let's start, and that's why we're here today. Hi, Katie. Hi, Coco. Hi, Mark. Good morning, guys. So I prepared some hip openers today and some throat opening. What does that mean? Is that we can speak our truth in our voices, and the hips is where we hold the most guilt. And so let's open that up, and our necks, our front throat, okay? So sitting, I'm gonna sit here in I have a ball actually, that's why I'm moving so much. So we're gonna be in a comfortable seated. You can be sitting in a chair. We're just gonna focus on this part of our bodies. Just bring your hand to your throat just for a moment to see how cold or how warm it is. And then I know we all have different beliefs, but I'm pretty sure all of you believing in the divine, right? In God. There's a higher power up there. So we're gonna all try to find a sound. There's Om, there's Amen, all those sounds keep us aligned with the equilibrium of the sound. So let's just do whatever sound you want. You can do a or feel the vibration in your hands. So in a little bit you can take your hand out of your neck. And now we're gonna open our mouths wide and do the same sound. And then you close again. One more time. I know it's weird, isn't it? And then one more time. All right. Now drop the neck to the one side and feel how much are you holding a lot of stress here. Yes, I am. And as much as you engage with the practice of mindfulness and consciousness, you're going to start to notice where you hold the most tension in the body, where you find most pain, where you hold all those tensions. Hi, Gracie. Hi, Carly. All right, so move to the other side. I particularly hold a lot of tension in my neck. And when fear comes along, it's where is the first place that closes, the first place that gets rigid. So keep that neck relaxed, shoulder down. You work into releasing. Take 2 more breaths. Now exhale, gently move that chin down to the chest. And then slowly bring it up now. Bring the chin up to the sky. Again, opening that throat. And then bring the chin one more time down. And then lifting. And then looking up. Beautiful. Exhale, release. So we're gonna do the rest of the things in our mats. If you have a place to lay down, I'm sure all of you have a place, even if you're in your bed. So let's go to our mats. Everybody can hear me, right? So we're gonna start in a laying down position today. We're gonna open the arms. Take a nice breath in and feel your sacrum on the mat. Feel that bony part of your tailbone, so those bones that go out, feel them on the ground. And then we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to exhale out. Focus in your throat for now, how the breath travels there, and then open your mouth inside out. We're going to do 3 more of those. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. One more, inhale. And then exhale. Left hand, the front of your hand, goes to the right side of your face. And then it's going to pull your face to that left side. Now, see how much you're still holding in that side neck. Keep your other hand down on the floor or facing up, whatever feels easier for you. And then surrender your legs towards the same side, your knees towards the same side. Now, if you need support for the knees, please use a pillow underneath your left leg. And then hold here for one more breath. Now, keep holding your head, guys. And then move your knees to the other side. Now, the intention is to separate your knees more from your head. So keep moving your head, almost like trying to bring your ear to touch the floor. And then move back. Nice. Release that hand. We're going to do the other side now. The front of your hand is going to find the other side of your face. And then you bring towards that side. Notice first, maybe you have shoulder issues, and if this is too much, you don't have to use your hand, okay? Let's move the knees to the same side now, to the right in my case. Surrender your belly, surrender the legs, your toes, your ankles. Notice where you're holding tension if you are. And then bring to the other side. So knees moving to the left. Relax your belly. Relax your neck. And relax, surrender your shoulder. Especially that other one. And then bring back to neutral. Beautiful. Now hands are going to hold to that front right knee or shin. Now, check it out. How does it feel? Some people cannot even reach their knees. So what you can do is bring a towel, have a towel or a blanket to support that, and your elbows can go all the way down. If you're good here, what I want you to create is a different opposite forces. I want your knee to press into your hands and your hands to press in your knee. And then roll those shoulders down, lengthen your neck, and maybe send side to side one more time to release the neck. And then keep pressing your knee into your hand. So activate your hip flexor. And then we're going to exhale, and then we surrender. Surrender the shoulders, surrender the leg, and then move a little bit to the right. So the intention to open the hip to the right. And then bring it back to neutral, and then let's do it again. Press your knee into your hand. See how it feels. If there's any pain, you move away from the pose. And then exhale, we release again, and then we move towards the right. Let's do one more time. We move back in, because we're going to use a lot of hip openers today. We press the knee into the hand. We soften the shoulders. And then when we exhale, we release. Now this time, keep just your right hand holding that as you open to the side. Now, for me, it feels good to stay here. For you, if this is all you can stay, perfect. It's all depending on your hip flexibility. Now, what I like to do in this one is just slide my other foot in, so that knee also opens, so that hip also flips to the other side. Now I can have my hand in my belly. And then again, we are practicing, noticing where we're tensing the body. And then we bring back. And then drop that foot, slide the other one away. Take a moment to just notice how that right leg is different than the left now. Now we're going to bring the other one towards the chest. Interlace your fingers wherever way feels best. Roll shoulders. Notice again your throat. See if there's anything stuck there. Soften through your breath. All right, let's press the knee into the hand into the knee. Waking that hip. And then we exhale and release. As you release, you bring towards the left. Just enough. That feels good. It feels good to me. And then you bring back. And then again, we're going to exhale, press the knee into the hand. Soften the belly. Soften the neck. And then exhale. Again, send it out. Breathe. Alright, this is going to be the last time. We bring back to center. We create opposite forces, hand to knee, knee to hand. Soften through the belly though. And then we exhale, release, and bring that knee towards the left. Now the hand holds the leg, and then you maybe, if there's space, you go even deeper towards the left. Now again, if it's not too much, you can also surrender that right knee. I don't have much space here between bone to bone, so this is all I can go. Maybe bring your hand to your belly so you remember to breathe deeply. Another breath. And then inhale back to neutral. Beautiful job. We're going to reach the arms overhead. We're going to take a nice breath in, pressing your feet down. And then as we reach the arms to face the sky, take your shoulder blades off the floor and lift your hips off. Now cross arms and try to walk your hands, your fingers towards those shoulder blades. Nice breath in, and then exhale, move your hips back down. As you give yourself a hug, we're going to swing gently the knees, windshield swiper side to side. Can you relax your shoulders here? And then make sure your low back is being massaged by the floor. Relaxing the belly, we also create a lot of tension, and fear sometimes comes in different ways. Anxiety comes into the digestive system, so let that just open right here as you surrender the core muscles. Alright guys, now we're going to turn to whatever side you prefer to come to a tabletop. So in our tabletop, we have our hands and knees. Knee is right underneath the hips, hands right, wrists right underneath the shoulders. Take a nice look into your fingers, spread them. Breathe into them as we press them down even more. Like if you're trying to sink them to the floor, you look towards the belly and round your spine. Stay here and breathe and see this beautiful space created in every bone in your back. And then we lift the tailbone, we drop the belly, we send the shoulders back. We think about the neck now and the front throat as you keep sending your chin forward. So imagine someone has something in the back of your neck and is trying to pull you up, and at the same time in your tailbone trying to lift you up. Now let's do one more round. We tuck, we round, we look towards the belly. And then we send the chin forward, you lift the tailbone, and you look forward. Now from here, untuck your toes, and if it feels good, go to a child's pose. Now, if child's pose here, I always recommend having something for your neck. So I have a block here that I can rest between my eyebrows, and then my arms can be soft. Maybe in the morning, we're so closed up that feels like too much effort to keep the forehead on the mat. So you can be right here, or you can have something between your butt and your heels. Now close your eyes. And again, check in. Where is there any anxiety building into the body? And every time that feeling comes in, you recognize the feeling. You breathe into the space where you feel. Maybe you feel through a heat. Maybe you feel through a coldness. But usually we feel with tension. So take 2 more breaths into this release, into this restorative and very intimate pose. One more beautiful inhale. All right, tabletop position. Now guys, I know some of you have hip issues, and if you need a chair or a stool to help you out, to keep your hands higher, please use that. We're gonna start first lifting the right knee off the floor, and then sending that right foot, in the outside of the right hand, okay? Now here, I have my blocks. And again, if you have a stool or a chair, you can maybe use to get higher so you don't go too deep into your hips. Roll your shoulders, take a nice breath in, and start to melt. Slowly, one breath at a time. Noticing how the back and the front leg feels. And if you have wrist or shoulders issues, that's why a chair would really serve you right now. You can bring your forearms into the chair. And then as I say, it needs time to open, so we're gonna stay in those lunges for a little bit. And I'm gonna guide you into thinking and being aware of the back of your neck and also the front throat. Take another breath here. Usually a good opening, a good restoring, it's 2 minutes to stay in a pose. But we're not going to count. All right, one more breath. And then we slowly, and again, I always say that to my classes, if you are in a very hard surface with a very thin mat, please bring something underneath your knee, okay? Now here, you can walk your props or walk your stool or your chair closer to you. So your sit bones can go back, and you can try to extend the front leg. I said try to, maybe all you can extend is right here, and that's perfect. Okay? You can lift your toes up to the sky, you can roll your shoulders, you can breathe, Maybe open even more the chest if you can and if the body allows. Now you're working into the hamstring, and for us to be able to open the hip, we need to open the hamstring too. Take another breath in. All right, we're gonna exhale. Now, that's why I asked you to bring some props. You can use them to slide your foot closer. So we're not gonna go right away to sink into the hips now. We're lengthening the spine. You're bringing both hands on top of that leg. And then you're going slowly towards the opening, okay? As long as your knee and your ankles are on the same level. Now, right away, my knee is starting to feel not very happy, and that's when you can bring something underneath your knee. So you can stay here longer. And because we are working the hips, remember, the hips, we carry a lot of guilt and the feelings of shame. And the grieving too has a part of into the hips. So different feelings can get into this right there coming, and you need to let it go, okay? You need to feel it. And then we bring it back. Beautiful job, guys. Both knees on the floor. Finding that tabletop again. Taking a nice breath in. Lengthening the spine. Now that leg that was forward, I want you to be in the center of your mat. A little bit more, a little further. And then we're going to straighten the leg that the knee was on the mat. Okay? Now you're going to press and lift that heel up to the sky. With a deep breath in, we're going to try to reach the right arm forward. So the left leg and the right arm. And then you find your balance. As you press the right knee down to the mat, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Exhale, release your hand and release your left toes down to the mat. Now lift your bottom all the way towards the sky, surrendering that right leg as your left heel goes to the mat. Tries to reach for the mat, so stretching that calf muscle. Take a deep breath, roll your shoulders out, relax the back of the neck, relax the front of your neck. All right, bring both knees to the floor. Let's do the other leg. Now, we're going to step the left all the way forward. On the outside, I'm using my blocks here because it feels good. And then you gently sink into your hips. Taking those moments to notice. Breathing into your shoulders, hands. Being okay with whatever's rising with that deep stretch. We're going to take 2 more inhales and 2 more exhales. All right, ready? We're going to send the butt back. Walk your props with you. Bring it high if you need, and then lift your toes up. And you can work into straightening the spine more, or you can work into rounding and going down further. Now your toes are looking up to the sky. Roll those shoulders down, breathe in. Breathe into the back leg. All right, now we're going to bend again. And now that's when the knee starts to probably talk to you. So you bring something underneath. And then find both hands on top of that front leg. And then open up the chest. Surrender through your belly. Keep lifting your heart, the bones in your heart here and your chest up towards the sky. Now, if you feel, and some people are like that, if you feel like you're tensing your jaw because you're thinking, you're over analyzing your stretch, maybe open your mouth here. Do some movement with your jaw. All right, bring your hands back, both knees back down, both hands down. Now left knee slides forward, like if you're going towards the hands, right leg goes back and then the left arm goes forward. Just a little balance to wake up the core. Keep sending them apart, so like someone is pulling your hand and feet. All right, drop your hand, drop your toes back there with the legs straight, and then lifting all the way up for that downward dog with just one leg. Now you sink that right heel, roll the shoulders out and away from your ears. Soften that left leg, and take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now we exhale and surrender the knees back down. We're going to walk the hands to the front or walk the knees until your belly finds the mat. With your belly on the mat, reach the hands back. Flip the palms so the palms are facing the floor. Make a little cup with your hands, fingers on the mat, jaw on the floor. Now see how this feels. If it does not feel good, maybe you have another prop to bring your jaw. And then you keep pressing. Now, also lift your knees off the floor, lifting the knees so you have your toes on the mat. See if you can drop the weight of your head down to your chin. And notice again how it feels. One breath in, one breath out. Right. Lift your chin off the mat. Now look down to your mat and lift your right leg off the floor. Keep walking your fingers towards your knees. Breathe. Now we are aware of the back muscles. Now drop your toes and then lift your other leg. So your left now as you point your toes. Breathe. And then exhale, surrender your toes back down, hands underneath the shoulders, lift your chest. Now the body deserves another child's pose. Set your sit bones, and now this is where my body wants to go. Child's pose this way. My arms go back, my forehead on the mat. Maybe you like to bring your hands underneath your ankles here. Maybe you like to bring your arms right here into your chest. So find what suits you the best right now. And I'm gonna take a look at who else showed up. Hi Sa, Mayor, hi Nathan. Yes, Mark, the pillow, it is more comfortable. Hi Deb, hi Rose, Katie. Right, take one more inhale. And then find your way back to a tabletop. All right, now let's go our first full downward dog. Planting the palms. We need foundation, and everything that needs to be strong, it needs to have a strong foundation. So your hands are going to be the foundation of this pose. You're pressing every single knuckle down. You spread them and you make sure your whole hand is touching the floor. So that engages all the muscles in your forearm. And then the upper arm, you're gonna rotate your shoulders out. Okay, so your shoulders go out. So you are here already, the foundation is strong. As you lift your knees, you send the body, the chest towards the legs. You can always bend your knees, okay? You can look between your knees, or you can look straight down between your feet, whatever feels best in your neck. And then you keep pressing your hands and keep rolling your shoulders. Take a nice breath in here. Now step your left foot in the center line and sink your heel a little bit more. Take your right toes off the floor and send them through your hands. Now this is the time for you to use whatever, your chair, if you have bowls, if you have blocks, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Now I'm higher here. And then you can slide your back foot back more as long as your hips feel good as you sink them down. And then we're gonna press both feet equally and sending the energy towards the hips and towards the core and trying to lift as we keep the hips squared. What does that mean? Both hip bones are facing the same place. And then we go down again. We sink the hips, we roll the shoulders. See how it feels. You could be doing that in a chair. Inhale, lift, gently noticing. What is the body feeling? Exhale, we sink again. We open the chest, we roll the shoulders. You're not sending too much weight in your hands, using your legs. And then last one, exhale. This time we're going to drop the back knee down. Bring the hands together in a prayer mantra, and then the left elbow goes on the outside of the right knee. As you press your hand, your right hand into the left, you keep turning, you keep pressing that elbow down and maybe looking over your right shoulder. Keep squeezing into your core. Keep squeezing into your waist. And then sinking lower if it feels okay. Now from here, guys, release your left hand down to your block or to the floor, and then reach the right arm up towards the sky. Now this next one, you don't have to do it if this is a very big, deep challenging for you. If you're in your chair, you can stay there. If you're not, you can come down to your forearm and try to grab that foot. Or you can first, of course, grab your foot with your hand and then release into your forearm. Now, where I am is like really, really hard. You're gonna feel from the knee up to the hip. So be gentle. If it doesn't serve you right away, don't do it, okay? Another breath, and then we release the foot. Beautiful. Bring your hands back. And then we're gonna slide the right leg all the way. Let's also take a moment to open the shoulders. I'm going to use my blocks here, so it's going to help me even more deeper towards my shoulders. I'm going to keep my elbows on top and then surrender my head down. Hands together. You can have your elbows to the floor and your hands can be here if it's less for you. Or your thumbs can touch the back of your neck. Most important is this pose is how heavy you can make your chest be, your head be, and how softened you can make your belly to become, your legs. Come back to this present, come back to your present breath. As you surrender 2 more inhales. Sending the hands forward, coming slowly up, maybe one hand at a time helping you out. All right, foundation. Remember for our downward dog, pressing all the knuckles down. Roll your shoulders back, tucking your toes. Inhale, lift your knees off the floor, sending your butt back. Chest, the rib cage is trying to reach towards your legs as you keep rolling your shoulders out.
Surrender your belly completely if you can. Soften the inhale, soften the exhales, and just maybe for now, let them be natural. All right, now is the right foot that stays, and then you pick up the left toes and bring it forward. I'm gonna bring my highest level and my blocks here. You can use your chair again. You can use a desk that you have around or anything, maybe even the wall. Okay guys, we're gonna lift the back knee and sinking the hips. See that my chest is higher. Now if you're on the floor, you're gonna need to be in your the tips of your fingers. And now from here, let's start the movement. Remember, hips are trying to be square towards the mat. Now we're lengthening the front leg and the back leg, and then we come back down. It doesn't matter how round your back is. We are focusing in the legs and the hips as we surrender the shoulders. And then we exhale again. Let's do one more. We inhale, breathe. And then we exhale as the knee comes down. Both hands touching. Open up the chest. Right elbow goes towards that leg that is forward. The other elbow faces up. As you press the hand, you get away from the leg with your chest, and then you look over your left shoulder. Making this a nice stretch even for the neck, please. Soften your lips. Take another gentle breath. As now the right hand goes down, you can use your block, and then reach that left arm up if it feels good for your shoulder. Keep that left knee that is towards you going in towards the other side chest. All right, now here, this is the tricky part. You can try to grab your back foot. Or you stay where you are, just drop your hand. And then if you want to go deeper, you go down towards your forearm. And then your quad may be giving a little scream. And then exhale, release. Nice job. Bring the knees together. Look towards your hands. Knees are really together. Now see if your forearms can also be together, and then bring your hands together. Now it's going to feel that you have less space and less places for balancing, right? Just notice if your elbows are trying to be together, your hands be together, and your knees together. We're going to do something really different. Tuck the tailbone under and see if you can round your back as you look towards the belly. And then do the opposite. Lift the tailbone, sending the head away from the shoulders as you send the chin forward. Let's do 2 more of those. We're going to exhale, round, look towards the belly. Inhale, lift, and send the chin forward. Nice job. Now we send the butt back, sliding the hands back, interlace the fingers. And then come towards the top of your head on the floor. And the knuckles up to the sky. Great neck release. Take 2 more breaths here. All right, fingertips to the sides of your head. Lift your head. Now we're gonna go back to the mats. All the way down. Come down. Make sure there's nothing in the way for your head. Make sure you have all the props that you need because we're gonna use this soon. Now instead of doing the other hip opening on the floor, facing the mat, we're gonna do it here because it's easier for a lot of people. Now if you wanna use your prop, I'm gonna use my block to have my left foot on top, okay? Now the right knee comes towards the chest. And then try to grab your foot, and again, if you can't, you can use a towel. You can use a belt, and then bring that ankle on top of that left leg. Now, some people can stay right here. This is all you need. I like to bring my leg away from me so I feel more in my outer hip. I like to swing just enough so it reminds me of my low back. All right, now you can stay here. Another way to do this pose is that you're close to the wall and then you try to just step here. Pretend that this is the wall, my foot is on the wall. So it's another way to do it. And you know, the usual way to do is to hold the back of the leg and to bring closer to you. Or you can even bring your hands to the front knee or the shin, and then you can hold here. Make sure you're not tensing the neck, maybe sending a no sign with your neck. Open your mouth wide. Take another breath in. All right. We're going to slide that leg and cross a little bit more. And then having a prop in that side. So that's why I have my block in my other foot. So it's helping that foot to not be on the floor. And then this other knee to not be too. So it's not too deep of a side stretch or back stretch. You can have that hand to support that leg and the other arm to go to the other side. This is one of the easiest poses that I'm not saying it's easy in your body, I'm saying it's easy to do, to create with a lot of props and a lot of help. So if you have a lot of pillows, you can do this. So your twist may be looking very different than mine, but it's an easy pose for you to do every day before you get up or before you go to bed. You can do this in bed and it helps a lot. This side that we're getting older, this gets like very atrophied, I don't know how to say in English. So this part, all those tendons, all those very big bands that runs around the side, it can help. And then the low back, we have so much problem in the low back. And that helps too. So it helps the shoulder to open if you keep your shoulder on the other side. So it helps the neck to open. So there's so much benefits in one pose, and it's so easy to do. So do it before you go to bed, do it after a stressful day, do before or after, so it doesn't matter. It's a great pose to be. And you can stay for 10 minutes if you want to, okay? And then take one more inhale. And then bring back to neutral. I'm going to just slide that block on the other foot. And do the same thing with the other leg. What time is it right now? Oh. Alrighty, it's late, guys. Alright, ankle to knee. Breathe in. You can stay right here. You can lift that foot. You can hold the back of the leg. One leg can be very different than the other, so you can maybe use the wall here to bring your foot to step, to touch the wall. And if you want to send side to side, if you want it deeper, you can try to grab the front knee so the leg comes closer and you surrender. Surrender belly, surrender face, lips, eyes. Can you relax the core muscles? You don't have to be doing much here. Alright, now we're gonna do slide. Use your props. My outer right foot have one block and my left inner knee is gonna have another block. Left arm going all the way. And I'm gonna take at least 5 breaths here. So you have 5 chances, or as many chances as you want, to release the outside of the legs, the thighs, the back, the belly, the chest. Alright, bring it back. So now it's Shavasana, and now it's totally up to you. What do you want? Before you go to full Shavasana, take a moment to notice how the body's feeling. If you are able to release some anxiety, relax the shoulders, relax your toes, relax your head. And a great way to relax the head is to use a pillow underneath, so your head doesn't feel like it doesn't know where to go. So you can also make a nice cocoon for the head with a blanket. That's always a good option. And then your legs, I'm going to cross my ankles and release my legs into my blocks. This is where it feels for me a good space for me to do my Shavasana. And then the arms to the sides, palms facing up. Take your time to find that space that feels like juicy, yummy for you to relax. If closing the eyes are not safe right now, you can keep a little opening in the eyes. Release the weight of your jaw as you keep your lips separated. Let your tongue relax in the back of your mouth. Notice the space between your eyebrows and relax there. Noticing your cheekbones, your jaw, your ears, down to your neck, down to your shoulders, down to your fingers. Your back, all the way to your glutes. Relax them. Relax your pelvis. Everything that belongs to your mid-body. Your digestive system, your reproductive system, down to your legs, knees and ankles, the front of your feet, your toes, and not just all the toes, think about one at a time. The soles of your feet. Now we're going to go back to where I started today. The awareness is going to be in your throat. When revolution and when fear dissipates in the outside, the throat constricts because of the fear of speaking, of talking, because not just doubt comes along, but also fear of being wrong, fear of letting people down. So the throat kind of shrugs in. So everything that belongs and uses for the voice, notice it. And send your kindness okayness to that space. If you need to feel where it is, if you're more of a somatic and you need to touch, you can bring your hand to your throat. The front of your hand is less aggressive. And then when you're done being aware of your throat, you bring your awareness to your hips. They might be a little overused right now, you might feel. Even sometimes a little sore. Stay in this place. Notice how they feel and let them go.
And stay here for as long as you need. And maybe this week, acknowledge the power that your body have to heal and to not judge, and trying to see all the parts and all that you are together with what you have was given to you. So much power. And remember that we can help just by doing what we did today. Sending our love energy to the ones in need, speaking out, and doing what your heart feels like doing to help. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm sending all my love to you guys. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your energy. Namaste.